Man Cave Raw, where we talk nightlife, cigars, travel, food, and drinks. You're joining me, Robert Valderrama, and my guest, Mike. We're going to be talking about what makes the man cave the man cave. Now, the man cave here with Robert Valderrama is a man cave the way that it should be. It's pool tables, it's dartboards, it's calendars with bikini girls, it's broken car parts laying around, etc., etc., etc. Today's man caves, I don't know what's going on. I mean, describe a today modern man cave to me, Mike.
Modern man cave. I wouldn't know what it is.
The loss of it. I mean, does anybody have a man cave anymore?
They do, but it's mainly focused on sports only.
So it's a sports cave.
It is a sports cave, and out of those main caves, the sports caves is mainly focused on football only. We both like football.
So it's a football cave.
That's what it is.
It's a football cave. What's
Yeah,
going on?
It's man cave shouldn't be only sports, even though sports has to be part of it. Man cave shouldn't be only football. It should be all sports because that's what men do. Men watch all the sports. We don't watch specific sports, right? Maybe there's certain sports we don't watch, but we watch majority of the sports.
Right.
We follow, and man cave shouldn't be just a place to watch sports. That's at least my view of it. It should be a place to drink. It should be a place to have fun. Men get together. No wife drama, even though we would like a bunch of women to be there.
Women drama, fine. Wife drama, no good. Because they're beating on the same topic each time.
Yeah, so that's what it is. I mean,
That's why I got this little ESPN little activity device where it's like basketball. You could throw a football
like
in it, but you could turn around the little flyer and then you throw a baseball in it, and then you could just play golf in it.
Yeah.
You know, ESPN did a great job on that because I mean that's kind of what I visualize in the man cave.
Right.
We got the poker table because we have our poker nights.
Exactly.
You know?
Poker. That's what I forgot
Great
to
topic,
mention.
of course.
Amazing.
Come on.
Poker has to be part of man cave. You don't have to be rich and be part of the club or country club or part of some kind of a society. Everybody plays poker. And yes, there's sports on TV, but at the same time, it has to be good music videos. It has to be, like you said, the basketball hoop you have in your man cave. It's amazing. I love that piece of equipment. And it folds, and it hides away, and it's gone. And then if you need it, you open it up.
It's there. Everything's there for you. Now,
So,
you
yeah.
brought up something very interesting, music videos.
Mm-hmm.
Remember MTV? The real
Loved-
MTV.
Yeah, not the reality show.
No,
TV.
no. MTV.
Music TV.
Television videos. Music television videos. Do you remember that?
Yes.
What happened?
Gone. Gone. Reality shows took over. And that's what it is. And it's sad. And now even the youngsters today, they're not even watching music
Shouldn't it be
videos.
called RT? Reality television?
Yes, it should. And it should be. See, the one difference it made, social media made a difference. Because if you want to watch a music video, you just type a certain artist's name and it will bring it up on YouTube and you would watch it. So that's a huge difference there. That's one of the reasons. And the stupid reality shows like dating, fake, and it's all fake. They
All of
paid
it.
actors
100%.
few bucks.
You know how many shows I appeared on?
Did you?
No. Maybe one or two, but that's not the point. They change your name, career, job,
Right,
looks,
right.
appearance, everything.
Yeah. So it is what it is, but we used to watch certain times like on MTV because we know it's non-stop music videos. All that is gone. Even music videos are not as great as before. Like Puffy, P. Diddy used to make amazing videos.
jets and
We
fucking
would
limos.
record it. Remember VHS? You know what a VHS is?
I remember.
You remember? We would record and
Remember
watch it.
VH1?
Oh,
Mm.
it's still on.
But it's not the same. It doesn't
It's-
have the
it's not
same
the same.
values of what it used to have.
No. Let's drink to that. Let's drink to the old times, the good times.
To the real MTV. To the
Yep.
real MTV.
To the
Now,
real MTV.
man caves now, you're right. It is too focused on sports, and it's the general man cave was escaping your house, escaping your work, escaping your kids,
And the traditional
escaping
wife.
your wife, escaping all of that, and just kind of
Being
being young, and going back to your old ways. And it's amazing how difficult it is to maintain your man cave. And even if you don't have a man cave, you usually have like a man corner or a man room,
What
or
there's a man corner?
you have it's your spot. It's where you have your junk. It's where you have your PS3. It's where you have your flat screen TV. It's a part of your living room. The rest of the house is fucking the wife decorated it. But it's
Yeah,
it's this little section that you have, and fuck it, that could be your man cave
Or Robert, a lot of people wish to have.
or wish to have.
Yeah, that's how we encourage men to man up
Right.
their wives and say, "Honey, I do like your
This,
design.
your
That's
fucking
fine. That's
bonsai trees and your fucking candles and bullshit. But this is my corner,
Right.
and this is where, if I'm not doing anything, Scarface will be playing over
See,
and
that's a man
over
cave. See,
and
that's
over.
a man cave.
And sorry, honey, that the Al Pacino Scarface stand-up cardboard cutout scares you, but it's what makes me a man,
I want to grow balls.
And that's the corner where you stand in. That if your wife gives you shit, you look at her and you say, "You're calling me the bad guy? You know why there's bad guys? So you can point your fucking finger and say, that's the bad guy.
That's the bad guy.
What's that make you good? But only in that corner, because anywhere else she's right. Anywhere else she's right. And maybe in that corner she's right, but
That's a good one.
but you're going to hold your grounds in your fucking man cave. And we want to support. I want to support more man caves. I
Yes.
I want somebody to say, hey, Robert, love your show. You're fucking badass. Yeah, your fucking buddy Mike's pretty cool. Fucking come over. I want to show you my man cave, and I want to stand in your man cave. Like I literally, like that's it. Like that's where I'm focused on.
Yes.
But
And a lot of things like that have been gone a long time ago.
you got people driving
I think the
Prius.
wife should have the kitchen. Okay, the bedroom, yeah, decorate. Okay, even the main living room. But it doesn't have to be the garage for the guy. It could
Well,
be
not
the
everybody
den.
has a garage.
The den could be a cool man cave.
Right.
And even the wives will enjoy it if they really open up their heads. Their minds?
I mean, here's the thing. Before you had real man caves where people would hang out and they would focus on whatever they wanted to focus on. Nowadays, you have people driving Priuses. And
It's good for the environment.
God damn it, it's not.
And a
Did
lot of
you
things
know?
are good too.
It's. I don't want to get into this topic, but did you know the machines that mine for the material that create the battery in the Prius pollute more than I think it was 10,000
What?
cars?
I didn't know that.
But imagine
That's crazy.
these fucking jackasses that are driving the Priuses are the ones that are always stopping traffic, preventing traffic.
The worst drivers in the world.
Ever. Anytime I'm driving and I'm like, fuck, man, what's going on? There must be a car accident. My next
Or-
question is, or it's a Prius driving up
Yes.
front. And it's
100%.
always a fucking Prius. My buddy, Dean Del
Especially
Rey.
in LA, that's a big issue.
My buddy, Dean Del Rey. I've ridden motorcycles with this guy. He's a comic over there. He does a
I
million
love
shows.
Dean. I love Dean Del Rey.
Dean Del Rey and we ridden motorcycles just about everywhere you can imagine. We've ridden motorcycles forever, thousands and thousands of miles. Dean's never had an accident. The first accident he's ever had, it wasn't an accident. He dropped his bike. He was performing at the Laugh Factory, and some cocksucker driving a Prius, smoking a cigarette, saving the environment, but smoking a cigarette, did some funky bullshit U-turn, and when
Wow.
Dean didn't know what was happening,
Oh my!
he dropped his bike. It's the first time he's ever dropped his bike. I never even knew he ever dropped the bike. And he dropped his bike, and it fucking
We're talking about the comedian Dean Del Rey for the first time ever. He's a big Harley guy. Everybody knows
Harley
that.
Davidson.
You
All
and
Harley
I,
Davidson.
you and I have been at the
He's
signing of the
never
Comedy Store.
crashed or signed. Exactly. He has his name right in the front of the Comedy Store on Sunset. He dropped his fucking Harley for the first time because some cocksucker driving a Prius
That's fucking crazy.
did some funky U-turn in a parking lot, and he dropped his fucking bike. And it scraped his gas tank, his fenders. It scratched his fucking his
And it was a
the
Prius.
left side.
And it was a Prius.
And it was a Prius. His handlebars.
not,
his fucking,
not any other hybrid, but a Prius.
but a Prius. Every
Not a
fucking
Honda
time.
Insight, which is
every
worse.
fucking time, it's a fucking Prius. I don't understand what's going on. And what's interesting, just today, I saw a Prius pull up next to me. When it pulled up next to me at a parking lot, it took them like 2-3 minutes to park. Then they're looking at their smartphone. Like, am I? They already parked, but they're looking at their smartphone like, am I at my destination? Like, let me check because I drive a Prius. Let me check. So this chick, she's looking at her phone and I'm here, but am I here? And it's like, bitch, you are here. You already parked. You already committed.
But I saved $20
You already
this
committed.
week.
Like, you're recommitted, you need to get off your car, and even if you're not at your current location, or at the location you want to be, because of course you're going to be at your current location, you need to get off and do a lap around the place, because you're here, you're already parked, you committed. You can't park into somewhere and commit, and then be like, this is not where I want to be. I got to be somewhere else.
Is this where I really want to be?
Right. Do I really want to be here at this time? Or should I be here 5 minutes later and drive away?
Wow.
You can't do that. And then they do that and take the parking space, and then these are the cocksuckers that when you're driving around a parking lot looking for parking, and the lights are on and the car's on, and you know the car's on, and you're like, are they leaving or are they staying? And you don't know. You don't know because they need to make sure that they're there. But are they there?
Are they there?
You know? And then they have me, driving in circles because fucking they don't know what they want to do. Bro, I can't stand
Every
Prius
time I get on the freeway,
Toyota.
if it's like a slowdown in the traffic for any reason, you see ahead of you and it's open, and there's a slowdown, and you're like, what's causing this? And then it's a Prius, or even worse, 2.
Have you ever seen 3 Priuses lined up?
No, I've seen 2 driving parallel,
Blocking everybody.
blocking everybody. And now I had a not a friend, but a guy I know that he drives for Uber. He makes money on the side for Uber, and he drives a Prius. And I laughed at him. I'm like, come on, man. People used to call people that drove Hummers assholes. You're supporting the terrorists. No guy that's driving a American-built car is supporting terrorists in any way.
Right.
Okay? So if you're a truck guy, good job. That's what a man's supposed to be.
That's right. Do you know how the Hummer became available to the public?
Not at all.
At all. Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yes.
did many films with the Hummer, and he loved it so much.
He had few of the Humvees, the big ones.
The big ones. And the original, the military ones.
Yeah, the military ones.
So he loved it so much, and he went to, I think GM was making it
Chevy.
at the time. Yeah, General Motors.
Chevy.
General Motors. General Motors owned Chevy. Just to make sure.
But it's a Chevy product.
So General Motors, he went to General Motors and said, let's make this public. And people...
Did he do that?
He did this.
And
GM, I guess he negotiated a deal. I don't know what the conversation was. I wasn't there. But it was like GM was like, no, you can't make this public. And Arnold Schwarzenegger was like, yeah, I can. And GM was like, no, because like if you want to do this, you have to sell X amount of Hummers before we even produce them and deliver them. Oh, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was like no problem.
Oh wow.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger got like I think 100 or 200 people to sign and pay.
Right. If I had money, I would have been part of that.
Absolutely. I think they're calling it the Alpha now.
That's the original Humvee. And then they have the Alpha I was
No,
looking
I
into the
think the Alpha.
H3s,
Yeah, the
the
H3s,
smallest,
H3, H2.
the
Don't
smallest
buy. Don't
Hummers,
do that.
and
Don't.
then there was the Alpha package. Yeah, I
Right,
won't buy
right.
it, but I was
Don't buy.
looking into it.
But the Alpha, which is the H1, the original, Arnold Schwarzenegger brought it into the public, which is
I didn't know that.
pretty
That's crazy.
amazing.
The Governor.
The Governor.
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 Governor brought it into public.
Drive
Drive a Hummer.
Or else you're a whiz.
Fuck the environment. Who cares about the environment?
Well, here's another interesting fact is that we're talking about the environment and global warming. What's your opinion on global warming?
I don't want to get into too detailed about that because there's a lot of facts and then there's a lot of unsolved, questions there. But it is partly man-made. Yes, it is. And I don't want to. I'm not a politician. I hate politics, and I couldn't take a side. The environment does matter, and let me tell you something. Everybody out there in your cargo pants, in your Prius, saving the environment one way or the other. That Hummer you drive will not ruin the environment.
Right.
90% of goods in this country are transported by 18-wheeler semi-trucks. Now they have a new law for CARB-compliant trucks. Trucks, buses, factories produce more pollution. Yes, it is man-made for the most part. But that doesn't mean you have to point at somebody and call him an asshole if he drives a Hummer. That makes absolutely no difference. That's my take.
No. I was watching a documentary, and I want to say it's Discovery or fucking something along the lines. But global warming, according to the documentary, is not a real threat. Global warming is better than global cooling. Because if you start thinking about what...
Yeah, but... don't worry about global warming because the opposite is global cooling.
And that's global cooling...
That's not the case.
But global cooling...
That's definitely not the
case. Is terrible.
That's definitely...
It's terrible. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's fucking terrible.
Yes, it'll be very cold.
So
people in LA here, California,
well,
will not
if
like
you
it.
talk about extremes of global warming and extremes of global cooling, we're better off global warming.
It's good to control certain things like factories. They came up with a law. See, this is the problem with government. They came up with a law for truckers that, let's say, since 2015, no more 2006 or 2007 or older trucks. But there's like tens of, or if not hundreds of thousands of truckers, like family-owned truckers, that they sit in their own truck and they haul the clothes you wear, the food you eat from A to B. And they said it's going to be no more. But they couldn't pass that law because in one day, hundreds of thousands of hard-working, what they call blue collar working Americans, and not just Americans plus immigrants, were gonna be out of work in one day, and then they extended that, and now they're not even enforcing that.
Right.
Newer trucks are made that are CARB compliant. CARB compliant is like California Air Board something. So cleaner air, right? And there's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of trucks on the road every day. If you drive a Toyota or a Hummer, it will make absolutely no difference.
No difference. It won't make
no difference at all. And
well, I think the question would be is how many Priuses or how many Chevy Volts does the world need to be driving to make a difference?
That's a good question. Obviously, I'm not an expert, and I will not act like one.
I think FedEx already initiated their first electric truck.
It's a good step forward. It's definitely a good step forward, but at the same time, this is a free country, and the beauty of this country is if you want a Hummer or a tractor or an 18-wheeler to have fun with, you go ahead and do that. Because, trust me, few Hummers out there it will not make a huge difference. When there's a
I mean,
war,
it all depends, but what people don't consider is the factoring and the companies building these machines and how they pollute and
no, no, I think they gotta worry about other stuff more. They gotta worry about huge refineries. They gotta worry about. I don't know what it is, but there was at one point back in the days. I love Bill Maher. You know Bill Maher?
of course.
I love him, and he was like, I think he probably coined the term like if you're driving a SUV, you're supporting terrorists. That's one thing I don't agree on because you're not. You're supporting this country. Most of the good big trucks are made in this country. Do you agree?
I will say this country was built on the American automobile and the American motorcycle.
Right.
That is
And
correct. But I
exactly,
do
motorcycle.
believe it is a world
Will
market.
you call somebody supporting the terrorists if they drive a big SUV or a truck? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I'm not into politics. I don't take sides. But don't please don't call people that drive big nice trucks and they're having fun with supporting the terrorists. That's absolutely not the case. At least I do not agree with that. And as far as global warming, going back to your question, and again, this is my opinion, I think there's other stuff we could do. There's much more uh, uh, other environments we could look into than just how many H1s Humvees do you see on the road?
But now none.
Probably none. Do you see what I'm talking about? How is that gonna make a big difference? That's not gonna make a difference at all. So that's my point. Drive what you want, enjoy what you're driving. If you're driving a Prius, please don't just brake for no reason. Don't go 50 miles an hour in California where the speed limit's 65. And, just because you're driving a Prius and you're thinking about saving every penny on your gas mileage doesn't give you the right to create traffic. You know?
I agree.
Yeah. I think everybody does.
Anyways, I'm gonna end this with Prius drivers suck. I dislike them. They're shitty parkers. They're shitty drivers. They are not helping the environment. They focus so much on what they're, how much gas they're saving and how much gas.
Yeah, that's what's pissing me off.
Yeah, they're so focused on that.
Yeah. Oh, I saved $7 this week.
I'm gonna slow down and hold traffic back because I'm on track to save $4 in gas.
Right, no,
like that
no.
that's too selfish.
That will not make you rich.
That creates global warming. That is what creates global warming. It's embarrassing. I dislike it, and it should stop.
Yes.
It should stop.
Absolutely.
Toyota, what's fascinating is that, Prius has become such a, what would you call it?
Icon?
Icon.
In the hybrid industry.
In the hybrid industry, that you kind of judge the model for the whole brand. But Toyota overall, like the Camrys and Corollas and the 4Runners and the trucks,
the Tundras,
they're fucking amazing. They're fucking amazing. And it's amazing that Toyota had this balance between. They literally have like 4 or 5 drivers. Each company has a certain driver. But Toyota has 4 or 5 different drivers focused, either hybrid or trucks, because they're trucks.
I think they should send us one. We should drive.
We should test that out. I think we should encourage this in every show.
Tundra.
Absolutely.
Not a Prius.
The Tundra truck. It's interesting because I drive a Chevy truck, and my Chevy truck does the Avalanche, which they stopped making. Did you know they stopped making the Avalanche?
I did know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. But they continue making the Escalade, the Cadillac version.
Do they?
Yeah, they'll continue doing that one.
Oh, yeah, let's keep the luxury version.
Right, yeah, but it's something like that. But the Tundra, the V8, the nice one, wastes way more gas. It has the shittiest gas mileage than the Chevy one. The American trucks...
Chevy's flex fuel.
Right, it's flex fuel, which uses the corn oil.
Plus, it's the ethanol.
Right, it's a corn oil.
It's from natural products, correct?
Right, natural products.
It switches from 4 cylinders to 8 cylinders.
Right.
And it's a great truck. And the Escalade is the luxury version of that. And I don't know if you want to have luxury and at the same time a truck.
Right.
But there's people
Of
that
course you do.
Do you?
Especially in Los
So
Angeles.
you think like that? I don't.
I
Great.
think
That's amazing.
In this city of Los Angeles, why wouldn't you want to have like, hey, I can move whatever the fuck I want, but when I don't want to move whatever the fuck I want my truck to look nice. I don't want to have this empty. Yeah, I don't want to have an empty fucking piece, space in the back of my truck. No, I don't use it all the time. And that's the other thing people discuss. People say that the Chevy Avalanche doesn't have that much room in the back, and it's got plenty of fucking room. You can
the
move.
back seat's not the comfortable because it has a truck bed. It has a truck bed in the back.
I don't know. I disagree.
Yeah,
I disagree. I've had many passengers in the back seat.
Really?
I've had sex in the back seat.
my God.
You have driven my truck while I was in the back of my truck with a girl, and it was fucking a wonderful experience. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like that's the taboo thing you're saying. True or false? Like, come on.
That's amazing.
I've done many things in the back seats, and it's been very, very comfortable. And compared to what? What are we comparing this to?
Prius.
I have never been in a Prius. I have never, ever been in a Prius. I will never get in a Prius.
Even if
Toyota,
you call Uber, a Prius shows up, then you have to.
Well, one time I was running away from people, and a Prius came up. The Uber I called. I jumped in it. Yes.
But
and it came with the water
worse
bottle.
Than a Prius, the reason Toyota is the icon for the Prius with the Prius hybrid is because I have one friend that had the Honda Insight that's similar in design, and it's supposed to perform the same way. It's a horrible piece of vehicle. And those 95 degrees, 100 degrees LA weather, he would put it on neutral and hit the gas so the AC will blow cool
would kick
air.
in. Wow.
And guess what? You're not saving money on gas when you're doing that.
Not at all.
So Prius kicks ass in its class.
I've never driven such a thing compared to the Chevy Volt.
I think Chevy Volt is 100% electric, isn't it?
My understanding is the first 44 miles are all electric, which is nothing compared to its gas. And I think it takes like 3 hours to charge.
Oh.
And you got to get a special charger, and they got to hook it up to your house, and it's a big deal. But the first 44,
it looks good though.
It looks much better.
The
performance, the inside is all like BMW interior.
Is it?
It's very sporty, and it's very nice. Inside, I have been inside of a Prius, unfortunately. And I've been inside of a Volt, a Chevy Volt. The Chevy Volt's very nice. It's very European in the inside.
Even the exterior is nice. I like
the exterior is much better. But why do they even have to make it so ugly? Both of them.
Which one?
The Prius and the Volt. Why do they have to make it so different and so weird and so strange?
Well, the Prius is narrow.
Why can't they make it more traditional?
I'll tell you. Because let's say the Camry. Camry is a great car just by itself.
Great looking car.
And the Camry Hybrid is even a nicer car.
Right.
But the Prius does the most miles and the most efficient and it performs the best. It's because it's a narrow vehicle.
But why do they have to make it so big and like weird back and the trunk?
Aerodynamics. So they want to have space, plus they want to have aerodynamics.
But what's the excuse for like when you compare it to a Ferrari or a Lamborghini? Like you want to talk about aerodynamics? When you look at aerodynamics compared to a luxury car like that and then to a Prius, it's like the complete opposite.
I'll tell you why. Good point. I don't think this is something to stress on, but the performance exotic vehicles have to be aerodynamic and wide and narrow and low at the same time so they don't flip over because they're super fast. But that's not the case with Prius. They're not super fast. They won't flip over, so they made it narrow.
It won't flip over?
No.
I could flip that car.
Well, you could flip a Porsche over,
No, you can't. You can't.
No, I'm saying
do you know a Porsche has a guarantee that you cannot flip their car over?
You could flip their car over.
They guarantee you cannot.
I know, but they have details. If you're going on a smooth road, no, you could.
I understand, but they guarantee that you cannot flip their car over.
But
Prius will never even say such a thing.
No. Because it's not super fast like an exotic car, like a Ferrari. That's all I'm saying. If it's a Ferrari,
I just feel like the
they
Prius
make it
is like a
low,
box.
but at the same time, they got Ferraris are pretty wide as cars, so they don't. All the sports car, exotic cars are.
Right.
If the car is super fast, it has to be super wide and low. Low for aerodynamics, wide so it doesn't flip over for handling.
Is Prius 100% electric? No.
No, it's a
No,
hybrid.
It's hybrid.
It's a hybrid.
Half gas, half everything.
It's a freaking.
Does it have the torque of a Tesla?
No, not even close.
That's what I thought.
No. Tesla is a revolution, and Prius was a revolution when it came to hybrid. And other cars did copy it, and they didn't make it as great. But if you're driving a Prius to save even $20 a week, yeah, on gas, please don't be the worst driver on the road. Please, it's creating so much
No,
problem.
I think people that get Prius become shitty drivers, and I haven't really.
Right, as soon as they get behind the wheel, they're all of a sudden more cautious.
My thoughts are that it says how much mileage and how much gas they're getting.
Yes.
And they're so focused on that.
Yes.
That it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna save 10 cents right now.
Yes.
This is great. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I'm blocking the 405.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree. That's exactly what it is.
And I haven't been in one, so I can't even say that. But like, I feel like there's a money sign. It's like you're saving this much money. And at the end of a drive, it's like you save $5. Like maybe it's not saying a dollar amount, but I figured that something is going on inside the car, and the driver is getting some kind of information. They are not
it shows
caring
on the gauge. It shows on the gauge the economy is
who they affect or what they're doing. You know, because
you know what's worse? The smart car.
No, the smart car is a dumb car.
Do not get
you know,
I
people
do not
talk
get
about
paid by anybody to say this.
People talk about like motorcycles being dangerous.
No. The smart car.
But the smart car.
I was in Paris, France, in 2002.
I thought you meant Paris, California.
Paris, Riverside. Riverside. I was in Paris in 2002. There was a bunch of smart cars, and it makes perfect sense if you're in Paris or in a European small city when parking is a huge issue.
Right.
Traffic is a big problem. Don't forget, these cities were built thousands of years ago. You know, thousands before our wide highways were created.
Correct.
So, in that sense, Prius was like a golf cart.
Prius.
No. I'm
Smart
sorry,
car.
the smart car. Let's just get from A to B. That's it. If you're driving a smart car in California, you seriously need to think twice about your life. There's literally no, like 1 or 2 feet of space behind your head. Is somebody and they
1
say
or 2 feet behind your bed.
Yes,
one
that
or
Mercedes,
3 to 4 feet in front of you.
Mercedes makes it. Yes, as far as there's no technology, but the quality might be good. But the whole body's plastic and it has a frame that's pretty strong. But that strong frame will not do anything if somebody rear ends you. Please don't buy a smart car. And again, nobody's paying me to say this. You know, I have no.
No, and
I've been in
people
one.
People compare this. Well, your buddy's got one, which
Right.
now he's got a Prius, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, shitty driver all around. You know, and then if you were to get into an accident, I mean, your car's gonna crush, and you're gonna get trapped in your car, and the car's gonna blow up because it's got
Another horrible car is the Fiat 500. I don't care how much they advertise.
Yeah, I don't know what
It's
J-Lo
a
was thinking.
piece of shit. It has so many electrical problems, computer problems, mechanical problems. Do not.
Now, what
get these
happened
cars.
to the flying car? If you go back to the Back to the Future movies, I think it said 2018 we would have flying cars.
Well, those are movies.
No, but no, don't say that because many movies have been proven right to come out with
Really?
technology. Oh, are you
Like
kidding
what?
me? James Bond. Every single technology they came out with in 1960, 1970,
Bullshit.
1980. Are you kidding me? Watches that you can talk into and the transmission You can have a conversation. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Fucking
there was an
go.
episode we did on that.
There's
I
so
watched.
much. There's the new one. What's the 2003 Tom Cruise where he's a cop? What do they call it? Where they can see people do crimes before they do the crimes and they arrest them.
How?
What's the name of that movie?
I don't know. I have no clue. But
I'll look
how are
online.
they gonna see that?
I'll look online. I'll tell you right now the technology.
But
The
how would they
technology is. I'll
see the
tell you.
crime?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Um,
Tom Cruise.
Sorry to do this, guys, but
We gotta do the research.
uh,
Click, click. No, I mean I don't think all the technology James Bond had.
Minority Report.
Oh,
Minority Report. Did you see that movie?
I don't remember now.
Anyways, Minority Report. They had a room where they would jump in, and Tom Cruise had these gloves, and there would be like a hologram 3D screen in front of you that you could move with your hands and zoom in and grab. That exists now.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be introduced to the public.
Yeah.
There's things that you see in movies that are now real that are just about amazing. Things like that you'd be like that would never ever exist and now exist. You know, a lot of movies have predicted this kind of stuff. Vanilla Sky, you know, come on. You know, fucking all the James Bond movies were fucking mind blowing. I mean, it's pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
but you know James Bond, he would have a watch. He would press the button, a string would fly out. It will pull him somewhere. That's almost physically impossible, at least today.
Back in the days, he would communicate with his watch, and that was impossible.
Yeah.
That was impossible.
And I remember
You know,
back when I started in my sales career, I was in video surveillance, but
you could record and take pictures from your watch now.
right. They would hold a screen and talk like FaceTime. They would talk to each other face to face on the phone, and I would say this is impossible. Who would know internet would do this? You know, and today it's possible, and yes, for the most part, you're right. You're right.
No, it's mind blowing.
Yep.
Look, there's an article called 10 James Bond gadgets that actually work.
Wow.
Homing beacon Goldfinger, which was the watch.
Right.
Then you had the laser Goldfinger, 1964, the laser pen.
Right.
Everybody has. You get the laser pen. You can get a laser pointer at the 99-cent store nowadays.
I swear I was gonna say
Remote control doors. Come on, remote control doors? Fucking that's everything. They got Bluetooth
That's
doors
old
for
technology.
God's sake. Right.
Remote control doors.
Fucking fingerprint scanners. Come
Oh,
on,
seriously?
dude. Come on. Our phones fucking fingerprint unlock and shit. Minix camera. A little device. It's very small and it takes pictures and it
Ooh.
saves it. Ooh. This was back in 1969.
Wow.
You know,
That's
you
amazing.
think about it.
Yeah, that's
the
amazing.
Seiko wristwatch. What did this watch do? Oh, it was analog and digital at the time. Polarized sunglasses. What? Now you have the Bluetooth Oakley glasses that have the fucking headset and you can download your music into. Come on. Ring camera.
What?
Ring camera. A
Oh, okay.
camera that's
Yeah,
on your
that's
ring.
easy.
That's easy to do. Sony Ericsson K800 Casino Royal. This is 2006. This is newer. But
Yeah.
dude, everything they fucking said in movies have become a reality. I just watched
Well,
the
now we
X
gotta
Machine.
believe those movies then.
I just watched the X Machine like 2 days ago. Artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, bro. That like, you saw Bruce Willis's movie of artificial, which was called A1 or AI, artificial intelligence, and it was like it was so unrealistic about
AI.
computers. Yeah, it was so unrealistic of that happening. Now you watch this movie like X Machine, and you're like, dude, this can happen any fucking day.
It could.
The thing is, it already exists. It's like, are they gonna release it to the public?
Yeah.
So it's mind-boggling. Anyways, once again, thank you for watching Man Cave Raw, where we talk about movies, films, man caves, garage, women, sex, tits, ass, and pussy. We'll see you next time.